Did you guys enjoy Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows? So anyway, I know one person who has not read it that is on this right now, and that is my sister Joey, who is actually our guest today. So welcome to Style and Substance. I'm so glad you guys are here. So today's show, we're going to have, it was supposed to be Twin Day with Destiny Hernan de la Rosa, but I legit double booked. But my sister, who is a legitimate news reporter, we have to make sure that, Vicky, you haven't read Harry Potter either? Oh, I'm so sad. We have to make sure that we make that her schedule, that we're accommodating her schedule because she's here with us today. So, this is episode number 4. I cannot believe that I'm still doing this. Not that I wouldn't still do this, but that I'm like still super excited about it because I love talking to people, and that's just how it is. So just really quick, I just want to talk about a couple of things. So yesterday I watched the playback of the video, and I assure you that I was wearing pants yesterday. I was wearing shorts, and I looked and I go, oh my gosh, it looks like I'm not wearing pants. I actually get dressed in the morning. I know it doesn't seem like it, but it happens. So I'm sure so your faith in me is restored in my ability to dress myself. Before we bring our guest on, I just want to hear what's bringing you guys joy today. Like, how are you getting joy from just today and these moments and things like that? I will tell you mine. I love this teacup. So my friend Sarah got it for me for my birthday, along with this tea that I used to really like, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And I never told her about it, but she got me that teacup and that, like, a box of that tea, and I was so excited. So I was like, I just want to feel a little bit joy today. And so I'm just using my favorite teacup, and I've got my green tea in there. And it's pretty great. How are you? Oh, Vicky's going to try her pottery wheel again today. That is awesome. Oh, that'd be kind of super fun. Every time I see a pottery wheel, you guys know I think of Ghost, right? Like, I do. We got to sing Unchained Melody. So it can happen. Oh my gosh, can you please get Simon to stand behind you? That would be really amazing. I need that picture. I have decided that I now need that picture, Vicky. Thank you. Just saying. Anyone else? Mel, what's bringing you joy, girl? I know that you're here. I know you're here. So if there's no one else to share, I'm going to ask our guest to request to join the live. If you could, when you first join, there's probably like a thing that says request to join. So Joey, if you could click on that and request to join the live, we would be happy to have you join us. Oh, your allergies are demanding. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, that is no fun, Mel. It's okay, but we're here for you. Hopefully we can lift your spirits up a little bit. So yeah. And oh, Tracy's here. Hey, Tracy. Oh, you're trying. You got this, girl. I believe in you, Joe. I'm sure, like, I know there's a way to, you just, like, when you log onto the video. So Joe is trying to request a live. So my sister, I'm going to tell you a little bit about her. She is our guest today is my favorite news reporter of all time. I am only a little bit, I'm only a little bit biased because, I was raised with her. So my sister Joey, while she's trying to join the live and hit the request button, I think if you scroll all the way back to when you first started, before all of the comments, you can probably hit request to join. But anyway, so there she is. She's requesting to join the live video. But as I was saying, she is my favorite news reporter. She definitely, I'm just saying, I feel like, and you guys get to meet her and see why, because she's amazing and she's connecting. Hi. This is my sister. This is her name, Amanda VanAllen. I know that's her name, but I call her Joey. People who know me know that I call her Joey. Oh, and there's her wife. Was that your wife that walked by?
There's nobody else in my house right now.
Okay. Well, hello, sister-in-law. She don't want to say hi to me? Oh, I see how it is.
She was trying to walk past quickly as she brought her breakfast back to the room.
Yeah, that didn't happen. I saw her. Just so you know. It's okay. I still love her. Watch it. I'll have her on this talk show next. we don't have a lawyer yet, so maybe we'll get a lawyer.
questions, let me know.
We've got legal questions. We can get my sister-in-law on this live to answer the legal questions. Okay, so Joe, Amanda, I'll call you professional name, but I probably won't because I'll forget.
Call me Andy. The Joey is not necessary.
I know people call her Mandy, so yeah, you can call her Mandy. You can call her that. I don't call her Mandy. Oh, my sister-in-law has joined the video. Hello, Kira.
I can't.
I love you so much.
So I don't have to hear the back, like the thing. Okay. She's closing the door.
Oh, they want to know what kind of law she practices. Now this is about your wife. I'm so sorry.
I'm Kira now. It happens all the time. Don't worry. She practices asbestos litigation. So, all of the folks who got like mesothelioma and lung cancer, things like that, in steel mills back in the 50s and 60s, things like that. She represents the companies who they are suing.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Well, okay. So, Joe, Mandy, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I currently I work in Cleveland, Ohio right now. I work for the ABC station there. So I am a general assignment reporter. So that just means sort of whatever is going on for the day, that is the news that I cover. I particularly like covering stories. I like crime stories. Because they help the community stay informed. I also really, really like covering positive stories about minority communities, especially the Black community. It makes me really happy to help empower my people through the news media, which has typically been a place where they haven't been incredibly empowered. So I like to take that power back and show people what a great community we are. So that is what I do. I work in Cleveland. We live. My wife works and practices in Pittsburgh. So we live in the middle of Cleveland and Pittsburgh. So we each drive an hour plus to go to work every day, which sort of doesn't make any sense. But with my job and her job as well, she's only barred in Pennsylvania and West Virginia. So unless I have a job in Pennsylvania or West Virginia, I sort of have to go a place where I have a job. So we are in the middle right now, but it's working and we are happy.
Awesome. So Venerable Lady B is bringing the truth to this. She said that Mandy VanAllen is a brilliant journalist and that she's always so impressed by the stories she chooses to cover in the way that you cover them. And that is proof in the not one, but 2 Emmys that you currently have. My sister is an Emmy-winning journalist, y'all. So like now she's giving my talk show some street cred. And so that's right. That's right. My Emmy-winning journalist sister is on my talk show. So it is legit now. So Joe, before we move on, I need to know, and you didn't know these answers until this morning, unless you didn't find out.
I did. I took one quiz because I couldn't do all of them. I was a little too busy.
Okay, so did you do Enneagram, Hogwarts House, or did you do Myers-Briggs?
I did the Hogwarts because that's the easiest thing to do.
Okay, I need to know if I'm right. What is your house?
Well, you should guess first.
Oh, man. Okay. I think you're a Slytherin. Are you a Slytherin?
I am not.
Oh my gosh, am I wrong? Really? Are you a Ravenclaw? What are you?
I'm a Gryffindor.
You're a Gryffindor?
I'm sorry. Is that bad? That's what Harry Potter is, and we share the same birthday. So.
Oh, you know what? That's right. You do have Harry Potter's birthday. But for so long, I thought you were a Slytherin, Joe, just because, because you are calculating, you have ambition. And I think that you think people that like jump into things are crazy sometimes. And so that's why I'm so confused that you're a Gryffindor. I'm so confused, but it's okay. You're a Gryffindor.
I don't know. I'm a Gryffindor.
You're brave. You're brave and true. Go you. Love you so much.
You're crazy.
Love you so much. Okay. So Joe, tell me how your job, like right now, like you being a reporter, like I want to know we hear a lot of stuff, right, with coronavirus right now. We're hearing like there's this and like all these other things. How can we make sure that we're getting reputable news and make sure that we're getting how should we be consuming news right now, and how should we be consuming good news besides listening to you report on things because you're amazing and an Emmy winner? But how how else should we how should we be consuming the news right now? What do you think?
I mean, it's really up to you. And the first thing that I will say is obviously I'm a reporter, so I make money when people watch the news. And so that is where my bias is. And so you have to sort of take that into account with everything that I'm saying. But I would say consume it in a couple different ways and small chunks, because what we're dealing with right now, it's incredibly unsettling. It's unprecedented. It is just something that we've never dealt with ever before in our lifetime. And I would just suggest doing it in very small doses so that you don't get incredibly overwhelmed with it. So me personally, the way that I consume my news, I would not suggest anybody else do that, because I am constantly consuming news all day long.
Yes. It's literally your job.
Yeah, I have updates that are coming to my phone. I'm constantly stressed out about it. So like, don't do that. But if you're just sort of a normal viewer and you want to make sure that you are doing a good job of keeping yourself informed, I would say watch your local news once a day. So whether you want that to be in the morning when you wake up, if you want that to be in the evening, sort of in the middle of the day before you do dinner, or if you want it to be the 11 o'clock newscast before you go to sleep, I would say watch your local news at least once a day. And why that's so important is because you see all of these different stories, right? You're like, this is what's happening in New York. This is what's happening in Chicago. This is what's happening in Florida. But like, what's happening in your community? What's going on next door to you? Is there somebody who is in an apartment complex down the street where 3 new cases of coronavirus have been realized, right? So it's really important to consume your local news so you know what's happening in your community. So and also right now, at least there's a really big push at my station to make sure we're highlighting what businesses are still open right now. And that is something that's happening really strictly on local news, because the New York Times doesn't care what restaurants are open in Cleveland, Ohio, right?
Right.
So that's why it's so important to watch your local news so that you're like, oh, this business is still open. I had no idea. I can go there, get what I need, and come back to my home. So local news at least once a day. And then consume, and however this is, it doesn't have to be watching the news, but make sure you're consuming some sort of national news outlet, whether that is watching the 6:30 news on ABC, you know, that's my bias again. Or if you're reading CNN, Fox News, whatever it is that you watch sort of on a national realm, try to do that at least once a day as well, either reading or watching something looks like nationally. And that's incredibly important. Did I freeze?
You did, but you're still, I can still hear you. I can't hear you now. I can't hear you. Are you there? Joe? Can you? I can't hear you. Maybe. This is amazing. I don't know. No. I can read your lips. You can hold up cards and tell me things. This is great. This is amazing. I'm so wonderful. I don't know. Yeah, we can't hear. Yeah, they can't hear you. I don't know what happened either. It's okay. Here, exit out. Wait, Jojo, exit out and then re-request. Okay, we don't know what happened to Joey. Can you guys still hear me? Maybe it's a live show, right? Tracy, you know what's up. So we will see. Um, she was giving some really great advice. Make sure that you ask her any questions that you have.
Oh,
Joe, you're back.
I'm back.
Yay! I was just telling them to make sure that they ask you if they have questions for you, to make sure they type them in there so that we can get to those questions. So, sorry, what you're saying, like, also consume a national news outlet as well.
Yeah. So one local, one national, and then I would say see what your friends are doing on Facebook. There's Twitter and there's Instagram, but Facebook is kind of a forum where people can post something and the comments will continue to be there and it'll continue to get pushed to the top of your feed. And usually the people who are consuming Facebook are a little bit older of an audience. So it is sort of easier to figure out, if you go into your neighborhood Facebook group, what they're talking about, et cetera, because obviously the news can't be everywhere. But it is also important to sort of figure out what your neighbors are doing, what they need. So I would say social media, local media, and national media, just a little bit every single day, just so you know what's going on. And just so you guys know, here in Ohio, every day at between 2:00 and 2:30, our governor comes out and tells us the new numbers every day about how many people have the coronavirus and how many people are infected or how many people are hospitalized and how many people have died from the coronavirus every single day. So it would be important for you to know what time those news conferences are going to be, because maybe, I want to watch the 5:00 news so they can tell me what happened at 2:00 or, whatever the case is. So everybody's state is different. But I know that our governor comes out every day with those numbers. So it's important to see what they look like every single day, because this is a really scary time for us and we don't really know what's going on. And it's pretty terrifying for everybody. We are, and as I say we as, reporters, as journalists, we're trying to do our best to give you guys a balance. Like, hey, this is really important and this is going on and this is what the doctors are telling us, but also, like, please don't freak out, please don't panic, please don't hoard food, etc. etc. And toilet paper, which is still a huge problem. So whole thing.
Yeah. That's so funny. I love it. Like, please don't hoard toilet paper. All right. Joe, are you there still? Can you hear me? Joe? Now it happened again. I don't know. I think that so much of what's happening is that I read somewhere that, like, all of the video messenger things are kind of like starting to slow down. I don't know why they haven't fixed it yet. Why they haven't been like, hey, let's find a way to fix this. A lot of people, I guess, are getting Wi-Fi boosters to help with that. I'm not trying to get a Wi-Fi booster. This is a free talk show on Instagram, so there will be no Wi-Fi booster here. I was like, so there we go. Okay, so Joe, tell us. I have two questions. I asked my guests all these questions, the same two questions. First, have you had your corona cry because you miss me so much?
I haven't had, well, I do miss you so much, but I haven't had a corona cry. I think for me and for what I do, we still have to be out there every single day, informing people. It is our duty.
Yeah, you're essential.
Yeah, we haven't taken an oath or anything like that, but I mean, most people who do this are incredibly passionate about what they do. And when things are really tough and the chips are down, that's when journalists, I think, thrive. So, no, I haven't had a cry because I think I'm so focused on my work and doing good work and making sure that I bring important and informative stories to people every single night. So no, I haven't had that because I'm super focused right now.
Sounds like an Emmy winner, if I do say so myself. Can you tell? Can anyone tell that I'm super proud of my sister for winning 2 Emmys? I'm just saying. Okay, so Joe, I need to know, what is bringing you joy?
Well, I mean, honestly, Kira and I get to spend a lot of time together now, which is really nice. Yesterday we went to the park around here and we like went for a run together, and that usually is not a big deal, but it felt like a really big deal because of, you know, just sort of being cooped up in the house. So, yeah, I think just spending more time with Kira, that's my wife. So spending more time with Kira, and yeah, that's
okay. Tracy says thank you for all the work that you do, and it's okay to have that Corona cry. That's what Tracy said. I went to college with Tracy, and she knows what she's talking about. I'm just saying. And then Destiny, my Instagram BFF, who is going to be on tomorrow. I keep saying Instagram BFF. We're real life BFFs at this point. So she's like, that cry's going to hit hard after it's all over, and it's going to be good. Like, a good cry is good, girl. You know, you don't act like you don't know.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I definitely know. But yeah, I'm sure. Maybe once I have a little vacation or a long weekend or something, maybe I'll have a little
breakdown.
But we're spending a lot more time, and you know, we're spending a lot more time working now. So just got to be focused, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, and ideally off camera. That's what Tracy said. So yes, that's super important.
Tracy, yes, girl.
Yes, have that cry off camera.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, so is there anything else that you want to leave us with? Have you talked to Nanny today? That's my next.
Today, but I've talked to her recently, and she still hasn't set up her phone that I bought her.
I know, it's so weird. If you guys don't know, if you follow me on social media, you know that my grandmother Nanny, and apparently you're dropping things, but my grandmother Nanny is hilarious, and we love her very much. And I haven't been able to see Nanny like this whole time, but I am like pestering my cousin to do an Instagram video with her. Oh my gosh, wouldn't Nanny be such a great guest on this talk show?
She would, but your talk show would be like maybe 30 minutes long, and she would just be rambling on about whatever. So.
About the goodness of Jesus. So yes. Okay, so Tracy also happens to be one of Nanny's biggest fans, and so Tracy's also like, Nanny should be a guest on the talk show. We need to figure that out for next week. We need to get Nanny on the talk show, even for 5 minutes. She'll say a quick prayer for everybody, and it won't be quick, but she'll say a prayer.
It will not be quick. It'll be like prayer where everybody's really hungry and they just want to eat. Going on and on. That'll be Nanny.
That'll be Nanny. No, we got this. Awesome. Joe, I'm so excited that you were here. Thank you.
I will say one more thing. It is really important because there's like a lot of misinformation out here right now about the coronavirus and how people can get it and who has it and who's getting tested. There is so much misinformation out there right now. So your best bet, I would say, is to go to a credible news source that you trust. And then try to go to another credible news source that you trust, and at least, you know, if it's something that you really care about and it's something that you think is going to really affect you, your family, your community, make sure you check multiple sources, because you can't just read something on Facebook and be like, yeah, I heard that, you know, blah, 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 blah. Make sure you're checking credible news sources, especially before you share something on social media, because when somebody shares something and they don't check it, and then somebody else shares it and they're like, oh, I read this. It's just really important that we do our part to make sure that misinformation is not getting out, especially when we have a literal pandemic on our hands. Sharing accurate information is incredibly important. So just if everybody could do their part in making sure that that happens, I will be the happiest journalist ever.
Awesome. And I just want you to be happy. So it's been my job to take care of you since I was 8 years old. So I'm just saying. So that's how that works. So Amanda VanAllen. Where can we find you?
You can follow me on Facebook, and it's Van Allen News. And you can also follow me on Twitter. It is also Van Allen News on Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram, but literally
I post anything.
Something like once every 4 months.
She doesn't post.
But
she's got a page, and it's got that little blue check. So yes, like she's a verified Facebook page.
I am verified on Facebook. They played me on Twitter. I'm not verified on Twitter, but
it's okay, girl. We're working on it. I'll make a few phone calls. I got this.
Please. I appreciate it.
I know I'm a whole hot mess. So yes, we can. So follow her at Van Allen News on Facebook. On Instagram, she really does not post. Like, I'm pretty sure I posted your wedding pictures before you posted your wedding pictures on Instagram, but no one's surprised about that. But and yeah, so make sure you follow her. She is a reputable news source. If you are in Ohio, I don't know if there are any Ohio people here. Make sure that you are listening to ABC. What's the station? Is it 5?
It's 5, yes.
ABC 5 in Cleveland. Thanks so much, Joe. Okay. I really appreciate you being here. I love you so much. Tell Kira I love her.
Love you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
So that was my sister, guys. We're both so ridiculous. I want to thank you. I want to thank her so much for joining us. I want to thank you guys for joining us every single day, being interactive. If there's someone that you would like to see, or some type of person you'd like to see on our talk show, we've still got some slots open for next week. Join us tomorrow for Destiny Herndon De La Rosa. It's supposed to be twin day today, but we're going to be twins tomorrow because time does not matter during this pandemic. I want to also say thank you to all of our healthcare workers, all of our essential employees, healthcare workers, grocery store workers, janitors, nurses, like every single person that's out there doing everything they can to make our lives better and easier. We really cannot do this without you. And it's really great that we're realizing that maybe we should be paying some people more than at least $15 an hour. I also want to say thank you to Dan Wolf, who has given me text message rights to use this song. It's called Nurge. It makes no sense, but it makes sense to me. So I will see you guys tomorrow at 11:30, and you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye.